I've missed you all so much.
I know, everyone's so biz.
It's a pleasure to be back.
You've been putting a fucking special together.
Yeah.
Debut special. Exciting, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's easy to find. It's called Terrified. That's it. So just do Sal Vulcano Terrified, and you'll find the gorilla on your own.
It's those 800-pound grill guys. Those are good guys.
I had they were really great partners.
Yeah, they
still are. Yeah,
they were awesome. They were partners with me with my network.
Yeah,
sweet guys.
Yeah, they're really a great team.
Nashville.
Yeah. They did something so nice the day it came out. They went out on the lawn of their building, and they had like these big letters on the lawn, and they were just like something like congratulate, like terrified, whatever it was, I forget, but it was like very touching.
With human beings?
The human beings went out, and then they had these big letters like that they had cut out, like a big sign on the lawn that they made, and they all stood in front of it like a class photo.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was really nice. I was very touched by it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
800-pound gorilla is a cool group of guys. Yeah, they do the audio and...
Is that a big gorilla? 800 pounds? Is it an average gorilla? What is why?
That's a very, very big gorilla, I'd say.
I think it's I think it's a gorilla. A gorilla's like a ton, right?
Really?
No, I don't know. I just said it.
I don't know either. We were all guessing, but you say it with such conviction. It makes me happy.
A gorilla's over 6. I know a baby gorilla.
Well, yeah. When you were heavy, you always gauged yourself against what child animals.
Well, no, it wasn't that. It was on Skanks. You guys actually did a whole thing. What's heavier than? What's Bobby heavier than?
Yeah, it was a lot of things. Your basic dorm room furniture.
Yeah, it was a pool table. It was a double door stainless steel Samsung refrigerator with ice and water. Crushed ice.
And it makes the artisan ice also.
Yeah. How much?
300 to 500.
Oh, there you go.
And the regular mountain gorilla is about 400, and the females weigh 200.
Oh, so an
pigs.
800-pound gorilla is huge then.
Huh?
An 800-pound gorilla is huge then.
800-pound gorilla would be a huge gorilla. So I was actually right.
You were right.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I am so happy to be here, Sal. I'm so happy you're here too on this day because I need energy. Holy shit. Holy shit,
He
man.
just got off Torgasm too.
I know.
He was out doing his little fishing trips.
It's not what tour's supposed to be. You're supposed to sleep and stay in a dark room all day watching true crime on my TV that nobody wants to watch with me.
Is it that much still? Is it bad? Is it like you?
No, bad's the wrong word. It's so fun.
No, I know it's fun.
And so well
I just
thought
mean
out.
like, are you like find yourself against your own wishes, like having to be like partying all the time or up all night, like just like.
Yes.
I've done a couple of nights with it, but it's like I still go, I'm sorry, I have to go to bed. I can't do any of this.
You do feel like the jag when you do that though. And this weekend was
too much pressure.
I hear this weekend was a particular. I had a couple outs. I have Soder with me, and for the first 3 shows I had Dave Attell. Dave Attell's an easy out. You could always just roll with Attell because he does what he wants to do.
Right.
No activities during the day. Doesn't even pretend to take part. He goes to the hotel the second he stays up all night, Dave.
He has the same regimen as Dracula.
He does. Yeah. He stays up all night. Then there's that situation is you feel bad then going to bed knowing that that's why I learned by day 2, I'm going to bed. I'm going to start making the move to go to bed because other people start going and you're out there with Dave. You know, we all want him to be happy and we all love him and respect him so much. It's just you'd feel like, no, dude, I definitely want to stay up till 6 a.m. with you, and then you'll go to a hotel, and then in 4 hours I'm gonna find out that Bert's, we have to go deep water fishing, and
he sets up the day trips and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's always a thing to do. They even got last day. I'm so susceptible, man. It's so easy. I go, hey, when I woke up the last day, I was like, it's the last day. I gotta get all my stuff out of the bus, put it in the hotel. So I was like, they go, Jay, you going to the surf lessons and stuff? And I went, no. And they went, okay. And then Bert goes, no, you're not gonna go? And I was like, nah, not on this one, buddy. I did them all this week. I go, I need one to just go recollect. And he goes, how about you come for like an hour? And the runner will take you back if you want to go in an hour. And I was like, and then, everyone's standing around you, and I'm still brushing my teeth, and I have wipes in my front pocket because I'm going to go take a shit, or I just took a shit also, and you're like, okay.
You went?
I did everything.
You went surfing?
No, you didn't have to surf. Me and Dan just rode just rode waves like with our bodies.
I don't like that these guys got bamboozled into a TV show.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
So
this is a TV show.
So is it all content driven, or is it just like, let's go have fun because we're on the road and otherwise we're going to be sleeping in our hotel rooms?
No. This is
I
1,000,000% content driven.
I hope it comes out. I hope it comes out on HBO just like Torgasm, and it's just like a 10 episode arc.
Me
And
and
they
Dan,
make,
me
they
and-
make
surprised
Jay.
if he wasn't
They make
really-
Jay the fucking the sleepy one, the sleepy dwarf.
True.
I mean,
They
it's basically like he releases it on his
See,
channels,
me
but it is a show. It's fully produced.
yeah,
Right?
fully produced. Me and Dan could walk away. Would be walking away to like talk shit or not even just whatever, and then you just like even the conversation of like, want to go get on the electric bikes or we'll go smoke a joint, blah blah, and then you just look up and there's like a little microphone. Look like, huh? Like Jesus.
Are they following you with a boom?
Yes.
If they're following you with a boom, it's not just on the camera. It's not
A lot of times it's just camera, but sometimes there's a boom, and there's and they're all great. His whole crew is fucking great, man.
Yeah.
They're all so good. Like everyone does their job like phenomenal. The way that thing runs is, I did it with like bands and shit before, and seeing like a major production for that for like the biggest bands, some of the biggest bands, and this production is nuts.
But it's more than like you get hired to do a comedy show.
What do you mean?
Well, you're really doing a TV show with comedy in it, right? They're not filming the comedy, right?
They film everything, I think.
So they film the whole thing, and
Yeah.
but you're also doing shit during the day. So you're filming a TV show, kind of
It's your content house.
content house.
It's content house. For
I
sure.
am. I'm so past. Like I can't. I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to go. He had to rename it Partially Loaded. I can't even like. I am so now on the road, just like wanted to get to bed, like just do nothing, do the show and nothing else. I've been to every state a million times. I don't want to see like the this or that. To think that like they'd be like, all right, let's go. We're going to do. We're taking
Fishing.
candle making. I'm be like,
So,
okay, I can't do it.
This weekend it was.
You're not into surfing?
I took a surf lesson once.
We did a
Once.
once. Yeah. We did
Jay's fake smile and that. I mean that everybody else is really having, and Jay's just fake. Oh shit.
oh yeah. By the way,
That's your I want to be doing tummy time in my hotel room smile. It's so full of shit.
Yeah, they got one shot at that photo. Jay gave him one shot at getting a photo.
no, I did a couple of those up on the bow, and I tell you what, felt like I was going to fall twice. I don't. So this is being raised by mom and grandma for too many years, and my step pop not being an outdoorsman, is that that's all icky to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it. And when the guy would just go, we were all sitting in the front there, and at one point the guy, when he brought in one of the fish, he just throws it down by our feet, and it starts flopping around on our feet. Like, ha ha!
Yeah.
And I jump up because I don't like that. Then he made me hold one. Then they throw it back in. Now I will say all of these things, and I mean this. I would tell. Who gives a shit? I would tell you if I didn't have fun or whatever. They were all fun, and fun things to do. It's just you're doing the thing, and then you sort of even. You can. Me personally, this is very much my thing. I can't let go of the idea that I need time to go. I have to, in these hotel rooms, keep in mind, unpack entirely. You know what I mean? Not entirely, but I have to take all my toiletry, everything out, and get a shower. Now you're also collecting dirty clothes. So I'm a person that's like, I don't just put everything back in the bag. I have a dirty clothes bag now that I'm packing back in the suitcase, and everything's just like, so it's unpack, take 5 seconds to yourself, take a shit, take a shower, and then the thing is you go, but when you go back, it's a thing. You got to bring all the luggage back, put the suitcase under the bus, put your bag back on the bus. You know that bag's going to have to come apart because that's where you put the sleeping shorts. And so it's just a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to put stuff here and there and everything.
I like going to a hotel
Yeah.
one time,
Yeah.
unpack, everything's everywhere. The last night, right after the show, I go back to the room, I pack everything. So the morning I wake up, my pants, my
Toothbrush.
socks, my underwear, toothbrush, hat, ready to go, put it on, brush my teeth, out the fucking door, take a key just in case.
Same
One
exact.
scan, in the
My-
car, on the plane, home, done.
My suitcase
Hallelujah.
is
and then
my
I tell my wife
suitcase
to
is
empty that, fix that.
my suitcase is standing up. Now I've started. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Toothbrush and toothpaste travel within my carry bag, my backpack, so I can close my suitcase up completely the night before. All I gotta do is brush my teeth, dry off the toothbrush,
Yeah.
put it in my carry-on bag, and I'm out the door. I've known how to refine. So doing this though 4 times over 5 days, the entire thing. That when it got to stuff where I agreed, I'm like, let's go to the beach for like an hour. I went, okay, I'll go for an hour. And then like the second wave of these are such minor trivial
Are
things.
you afraid if you say no, he's gonna like be mad at you? If you go, dude, I ain't doing fucking surfing. Go fuck yourself.
No,
But it's understood that like this,
No.
like it's a
David
vacation.
He knows David Tell's not going to do it.
It's totally fun.
Dave doesn't have shorts.
But I'm not in this at all.
You can't show up surfing in
if it makes
jeans,
sense, if it makes you
in
feel
a fucking in a Barracuda jacket, and then 5 hats on, whatever he's wearing now.
Dave on the surfboard with his black Carhartt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jay with his little fingerless mittens and a wallet.
Dave's holding like a big culotta.
I didn't do the that pool day they were just showing there. I did not do the pool.
How does Bert do it though? How does he?
I don't understand. Well, I'll tell you what. He's a napper, big time napper.
Yeah.
He's a big napper. So like, also that's what I'm saying. That's what's interesting too. And also the way he lives. He's just, by the way, he's made for that. This is not a bad thing. I've been on a bunch of tours now, and the people who are the most like love it and get into it are the people that go like, yeah, no, I might not shower today, and if I do, I'll grab one backstage at the place, and like, I don't care if someone knocks, and I'll take a shit somewhere here at the venue. And do you know what I mean? Like when people can live like that, they kill it. Oh shit! Oh, I stink, man. I got to take a shower finally. I can't live like that.
You can't live like that?
No. Besides Bert,
Yeah.
Besides Bert, the other people on the tour that are our age or older are all gung ho, or do you secretly share looks like?
Yeah, we want some dirt. Any dirt? What anybody
I understand. Like
get into a fight yet?
it's an experience.
Nothing?
It costs money. Like it's a nice thing he's doing. It's like,
great. It's
it is.
amazing.
You know, it is amazing to do these extra things, make these memories, have these laughs. It is, but like when it's like, but I like when it comes organically. Like it'd be tough for me. Like a lot of times I'm like, I need to have downtime, quiet
Yeah.
before this show tonight. I
But-
can't just go from that to the stage. It's just like
It's not
too
as black and white as like right or wrong. Who's right or wrong in that situation? Bert's kind of right, and I do believe it. Like again, it is expected because he lives his whole life in content. He even says that that's like he's worried about that in his life. That it's so much like anything that happens in his life that he's not even filming. He's like, please God, someone be filming this, which is like a scary place to be. Where he says he's worried about being too performative. But I do, and call me a sucker if you want. I believe in the boyish innocence of Bert. To the degree that, like, in his mind, though, and he is, and he means it, and he's right. When we all go, everyone has a blast.
I know.
He's creating memories with friends. He's like, yo, I get to do this with people I picked to do this, and it's like, man, I'm going to be on a boat with Jay, Soder, Mark Normand and everything, and we're fishing and reeling fish. He does. He loves it. The rest of us,
It's great.
we're the cynical ones. Like,
Yeah, but because we're comics.
Of course.
though. We that's what we do. We
told-
rip everything apart. We're cynical about everything.
I told you outside, me and Sal, especially, are two people who have had me and him, maybe me, you, and one other person, emotional conversations about comedy, the business, the quote unquote art of what we do or something. Because we know you got to keep it to 3 of us because we know it's cheese dick, but this is our moment to have that moment. We're stoned or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could have that sitting in a big circle when it's crossover to a Jelly Roll being there and Bert, and having a musician who is great complimenting like yourself. I don't know how to take that and give that conversation back. You're just like, oh, you're great, dude. Because they're always like, the poetry, how you talk, and this isn't even to me. Forget, I'm not saying this to me. Just like,
no.
The mastery, the way, and it builds. I think you're saying to Chad Daniels, he's like, you build. It's like a rock show. It's like you open with this thing, you set a tone, and then it builds, and you just gotta sit there and go, thank you. Like you just keep saying that. I don't know what to say. It's such a weird, grand thing. You know what I mean? And you're like, if you do it, if you get wrapped into it, you can get wrapped in it. We all can.
Yeah.
But then you're like. But my personality is the guy who goes, what are you jerk-offs babbling? And like, shut up. Who cares? Oh, the art, the way we work them with them. We
don't
get in
wanna
their
take-
heads and do the It's like, shut up about it. David Tell called it behind the music talk, which is fucking hilarious. He goes, you guys done with the behind the music talk back there?
Yeah, but why couldn't you just say that?
Because Attell's not going to do that either. He's not going to do it.
Jelly Roll. I mean, Jelly Roll is man.
He's great.
Great guy. But when they start when actors or
that's their
musicians
world,
get
though.
into there, they love jerking each other off with the art of what they've. And I get it because they're.
It's a more
amazing.
serious art.
Yeah,
the
ours
art is rooted
with-
in serious.
So
that's
what are you
why.
talking about? Like how Jay's levels of about pussy jokes, or you know what I mean? How I fucked a stool. You know, because the way you grab the stool, other people grab the stool, but you kind of grabbed it. And I was like, that's a woman. That's not a. I didn't even see wood. I saw a female. And when you went and you started banging it, it was like I felt like emotion. Shut the fuck up,
Dude, the way that you do that Mexican voice is.
It's crazy.
No, it really is. That's what I mean. Like it's that kind of.
When you get scared and terrified, I was scared. I was like, is there a spider? Is there like this is you're amazing. Just look at me, Sal. Look at me. Unfuck it. You're amazing.
It's
Yeah, you feel weird because you don't want to be like.
it's because you can
Jay,
be,
when you go, hey, where are you from? I believe you. I believe
That's
you.
all
I'm
I
like,
can
I'm like,
all
this
I
is
want
nuts.
all I want to be is someone that you believe that you believe what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a good compliment.
Fucking assholes.
That you believe it. No, listen. Again, it's the thing too.
Listen, I should talk. I did a prayer circle with Dane and Gary Goldman.
Of course, dude. You did
Guys,
everything.
kick ass tonight. I mean,
You rode a
fucking-
horse. You tore your ACL playing touch football with 3 gay guys.
Dude,
Do you give it back to him?
I
Are
break
you
all.
like,
I break all the rules, dude.
Do I give it back?
Are you like, dude? And I believe that you
No.
only talk to God when you need a favor.
No.
If I was there, I'd be talking about that song. Though it's my favorite song.
No,
It's
but he
amazing.
played. He played us some of his like new stuff that's coming out, and it was like great. You know, what I mean, it was really, it was very good. It was sounded a little more even
Super
like
talented.
it's going like alt rocky a bit, almost like the like Black Keys like genre where it was kind of going. It's pretty neat. No, and you can be complimentary back. It's not that. It's just that when we leave, we're both artists, and we can be drawn into that conversation about. Sure, what we do is actually like a thing that's interesting.
If you were one-on-one, right?
Right.
I would do it.
Of course, or two friends.
I guess that's me being insecure. I guess, so not wanting to. I can't take myself seriously.
But let me just say, when the musicians,
Yeah.
when they leave that conversation, musicians are going and writing. It's like, you know, the fire in my heart will never die. It's like blah blah blah. We'll meet again down the road. Blah, I miss.
And we're
you know.
writing,
And
when
we
I
have to
shit
go,
my pants.
We have to go literally. It's like, have you ever just eaten your own cum because you're in a rush?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like I get why they can they dwell in that much more than we do, and we're supposed to sit there when someone's going like, two guys going like, oh man, he goes, when you find that pocket in your writing where you're just in that zone, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Like, I'm gonna go get salami from the green room.
Yeah, but it's Dan Soda, it's Mark Norman, it's you, and Attell. That seems like the crew that would not let that happen.
Oh, Norman's not talking like that. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
Norman's not fucking letting that go down. He didn't say you're gay. Hey, you're fat. Have another jelly donut, you fat fuck.
He was only there first 2 nights. Norman was only on the first 2. So, where was he on that first day of the circle? He may not have been there, like in the circle time. But he
Circle,
came-
is that what you call it?
Circle time. Well,
Circle
yeah.
time with Jelly Roll?
Jelly Roll's 10th time.
I got blindsided by when I met him for the first time. It was introduced to me as a rapper.
He was.
Yeah, no, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just then all of a sudden it's like he has like a pop religious country song that's the biggest song in the world. I was like, oh, I didn't
Huge.
realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was pretty great. Chris Porter played guitar and he did acoustic.
I saw that.
He did acoustic every night.
Great song.
So Chris Porter is just skilled enough at guitar to know how to play his song.
Well, he played his song. He played
that's
2 of his
bold.
songs. He played
It's bold.
Son of a Sinner. Is that what it's called? Son of a Sinner? Honestly, he played that. They played Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, and then he did like a rap medley with the guitar. They did like Lose Yourself and
Is everybody
Sorry, Miss
killing?
Jackson.
Like everybody's murdering. It's like that type of crowd where
It's great. The
just
shows
having
have
a
been
good
great.
time.
And I would say there's not even like soft spots in the show. Like the show's, it gets fuller as the night goes on. Some of them, like the baseball stadium size stuff, you watch it filling. One, you're outside, so it's bright. And then you see it kind of filling as the night comes
Because
on. The arenas, the inside and the amphitheaters are from opening comic.
Well, those Opie and Anthony shows were terrifying because the fans were such.
Oh, those are monsters.
These
people.
They were tailgating all day, but the time they got in there, they're fucking hammered. And I remember walking out at one show, and the guy was immediately just going, "Fuck you, you fucking suck." And I was like, I didn't even say anything yet, dude.
You're
and
like,
it didn't matter.
My artistry. Let me explain something that you don't
Please,
know.
yeah.
We just were speaking.
Yeah, right.
We were in the
Well,
back of the
way
Jelly
I
Roll
handled-
circle.
The way I handled it is I ignored him because what narcissists want is attention, and I didn't give it to him, and it worked. He finally sat down, and I won the crowd over. By the end,
And that's-
standing ovation, and I passed the baton to Patrice O'Neill, and he took it to another direction, which I didn't even think of taking.
Wow, and that's
crazy.
the difference. That's the
Something
difference in the art.
The art of
Everyone approaches the art a different way, but is one right or wrong? No.
Look, I talked about pussy eating, and so did Patrice. He did it in a totally different way. He did it as a black man.
There's so many different ways to. There's so many different ways to skin a
I didn't
pussy
see it
eating
coming.
joke.
Yeah. And then Billy Burr was like, I'm just going to make fun of these people.
Yeah.
I'm going to trash these people.
That was that was the Opie and Anthony, that Dom Herrera one in Philly with Burr. Yeah.
The jokes are like a picture a painting, and you have your canvas. Okay, that's the people, and you're painting them the way. And you could take different directions. This was going to be a seascape. Now maybe I put a little house in there. Who knows? I take it for a walk in many different directions, and I see what the, not to sound hippy dippy, but what the universe provides me to say
right.
next.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm purely a vessel for the
tag-
words that are out there.
The
Thank you,
tag
Bobby.
on this next joke is like a happy little tree.
Oh, I'd fucking if I
Jelly
I'd
roll
kill
circle.
myself.
There I am,
Oh
dude.
boy.
Hell yeah. And who's in there? There's Sam Morrell, Chris Porter.
Dave,
Dan.
There's Dan. You guys both taking it.
That's
The tell. By the way, I'm much laid on me because I'll smile. And by the way, I will. I'll give the compliments. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like I'm very, especially with musicians. It's very easy to be like, yeah. I go, thank you, man. But like, it's so much more awesome what you're doing.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
like the way you're feeling when you're done a concert, it feels way cooler.
When he met fucking what's his name, Bob, our friend Bob in
Kid Rock.
Nashville, Kid Rock. God, he really does know how to go artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
Oh, I went, yeah. Kid Rock, I definitely geeked out on.
You
He said, come over here and talk to me. Basically, he's like, come here, man, let's bullshit for a second. And then I go, essentially, I might as well said, by bullshit, do you want me to tell you every time I've ever seen you live and why I think you're great on stage? Because I'll do that and you don't have to talk at all.
I walked away. I was like, I can't even stay.
You're like,
there.
now, was it always with the bar or was it whatever without the bar?
I think I even did this. I think I did a Summer Sanitarium Tour, 1997.
Picture it. You turned into freaking.
Baltimore, Maryland, Raven Stadium. It's a brand new stadium at the time. I got crotch rot from a long walk in the hot summer sun, and I forgot to baby powder my inner thighs. I had what only called was debilitating inner thighs, and yet I sat there, and you and that midget just wowed the shit out of me in a way I've never seen before.
Hey, what's up? I'm BK Burglar, Bob Kelly, a.k.a. The Rooster.
I'm Big J. Okerson. I only have one AKA.
I'm a cowboy.
Look, if you love the Bonfire, which we know you do,
You
this
do.
is just half of the show.
That's
it.
right. This is the podcast version, everybody. So if you want to hear the whole thing, go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire to get the whole thing.
Yeah, you get tons of other entertainment, too. It's not just us. You got other shows that you can go to after you listen to our show. You can go to all kinds of other shows. And you know what? Tell a friend.
But most importantly, this show.
Yeah, this show. Just go to this show.
Do something resembling anything.
I went into the cellar, I think it was last week. I was there late, and I came in, and Josh was holding court with all the new...
Josh Adam Myers.
Josh Adam Myers was holding court. And just, what happens is when you're up on stage, I walked in and go, fuck all of you. I go, you guys are all fucking losers. This table stinks, and you
Oh, my
guys suck.
God.
The fact that you're literally looking Josh in the eye while he's preaching whatever horse shit, and then they all started laughing, and then we just started trashing it, and Josh was like, God, I was just telling them, shut up.
Let me tell
Shut
you,
up.
that is the sad state of New York City comedy right now. In this regard, that I'm saying, that table that Bobby's talking to, that he walked up to, and that was happening, is a table that when I started comedy, and by the way, the city's greats were there every night. Colin Quinn, DePaulo, Keith, Patrice, Bobby, Norton.
You.
No, this is I'm talking about
before
when I'm a kid. Yeah, I'm saying when we're going in there and we're sitting at a different table. This is me and Kevin Hart and Kurt sitting at a different table. because we're not there yet. But we know that, that we were brought in by Keith, so they all know us. And not one of them ever gave us one piece of comedy on stage advice or tell us what the thing is and how you should approach it. In fact, if you had a good joke, they would shit on it. They would they would tell you that they wouldn't even tell you it was shitty. They would just, and if you did it too much, then you get shit for that. I mean, everything was like a beat down that built a character. Now it's a bunch of guys going up there. He goes, you got to go up there and just. It's like uncorking your mind.
Well, what I'm saying is that the Comedy Store is on its way back now. I mean, Rogan did take a lot of. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, we didn't even watch. I remember one night somebody was like, "Hey, Derek, a new thing. You want to watch it?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come down." And fucking go fuck yourself.
Right.
We didn't watch each other's. It just go. You're funny, fuckface. Just go do your comedy. Come back up here, and we're gonna trash the world.
Yeah.
And be what we were. But I think now it's
you
like
became friends with funny people. You didn't become friends with the next guy because he's the next guy, or something. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
It's
that's
like, it was
right.
like organic kind of thing.
Right.
Like
everybody that was doing comedy was funny outside of comedy. That's why they started comedy.
right. That's what I mean. Like, I have plenty of some of the most hilarious people to me aren't like the top people like
course.
working in comedy.
Of
I mean,
course,
there's people who are. I mean, you shouldn't even say that. I'm saying there's people who I find as funny off stage. As them, it's on stage, I guess, isn't there or whatever yet. But like that, so yeah, it's such a weird thing to like, who's the best comic of this group? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck is up with your fingernails?
These.
Dude, you gotta fucking stop, Jay.
Well,
That's mother of pearl.
Well, they got no. It's Friday.
That's mother of pearl.
Friday. They all did mani pedis.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It was part of the Torgasm too.
No. This was all last week, but you had these all last week here with you.
The mother of pearl.
Yeah, well, they're just growing out.
You did
now a
not
little
have mother of pearl.
bit. Haven't changed.
It's white.
They're just white. Yeah.
I mean, dude, I saw your fingers coming up while you were walking up to Sirius.
Nice.
I mean, they look beautiful in a weird way. I mean, they're shiny mother of pearl fingernails.
I mother of pearl. I think is slept on. I really.
Yeah, but the key word is mother. They should be on a mom, not my friend Jay.
But there's something about the pearl, the mother of pearl. It's iridescent. It has little flashes of other color.
It's got a little
exciting.
Yeah,
got
it's like jizz.
flex.
Yeah,
It's very much like jizz.
Flecks of a color in it.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I do believe
You
I was.
have fucking trends.
I do believe
fingertips, dude.
I do believe I was able to talk the production though into one of next week's activities
That's
being
a secret.
Manis.
Can you?
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
You're gonna get mani pedis?
Well, then I don't have to do it when I come
Yeah,
home.
why not? Go full gay on this tour.
That I'm going to. I could sit and get a mani or a pedi.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get color on your fingers.
Well, I'll go with where the waves go.
You would get. Let me ask you
If
a
everybody's
question.
doing it, I'm not above a mother of pearl.
You don't control the ocean,
Dude,
Bobby.
I'm gonna pay. You get mother of pearl. I pay. I got it. I
Yeah.
want to see it.
You don't think I could live my life a quarter mile at a time?
You know what? This is fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yo, two people, Sal Vulcano and Dominic Toretto, are the only people that live their lives.
You know what was really weird this weekend? You were having a great time. I had a rough time. Started out a little rough. Tried to sneak me into a condo. Oof.
Sneak you?
Yeah, hotel showed up, condo. And then was like, this isn't a condo. I'm like, well, there's people that actually live here. So that would make it a condo apartment hashtag. You know, hotel is everybody leaves, at one point.
You're not a moron.
I checked myself out immediately. I was like, I'm sorry. I whatever.
What are you talking about? This is a permanent hotel.
That's why there's a guy with 3 dogs next door.
Or pet friendly.
Not pet friendly. So anyways.
If you need housekeeping, just call down and hire a housekeeper.
I can't stay where I know Luis Gomez was jerking off
At best.
a month ago.
jerking off.
At best jerking off.
So you can't stay in most places.
But
you can't fly. You can't take a bus.
it wound up being a good time though. The club was great, except for the last show, front
Please
row.
tell me I like a good problem. I love
It
a
was
stage
too
problem.
fucking. As soon as I got up, too kind of hot, middle-aged, have
There
their
you
shit
go.
together.
Yep.
That's my rule at the Village, the Pussycat. When I do my hour on Tuesday, I have a rule: me or uglier, front row.
Got it.
You can't put somebody hotter than me. They have to be me or uglier,
Yeah.
which is a low bar. I understand that.
Disagree.
Well,
I've talked to you about this.
thank you.
Hard
buddy.
disagree.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you for that compliment. It means a lot to me. Who I am
Also-
as an artist right now.
I was gonna say, 'cause
that's going
also-
to That's going to actually affect my next hour.
Most
What
hot
you
guys
just-
aren't funny, Bobby.
Thank you. Buddy.
Yeah,
I
you're actually an
appreciate that.
exception to the rule, and also because your comedy comes from like
I like Christine's sarcastic smile. Right now. It fucking bothers me.
No, I just like that you're like genuinely touched by it.
Well, I was actually still doing the artist
Yeah, he's
character,
doing
but
that
it's
bit.
okay.
Bobby. Your comedy doesn't come from here.
Yeah,
It comes from here.
yeah.
Like right.
His rib cage.
Yeah.
My where I'm still kind of fat.
Yes.
Yes.
Just comes from your couple of problem areas. The comedy.
Comes from my donut area.
It comes from because my comedy tends to deliver from my muffin top, my saggy ass.
Doesn't come from your Billy Zane face.
No
I
way.
literally said that on stage. I go, I lost 350 pounds, and to do what, you're still fat. And I was like, ow. Like, I was like, that hurt. Like,
It's all relative, you piece of shit.
I
You
know.
should wear your merch should be pictures of old you, so that you live in compliments. Then kind of like
just have all the
just even
different
the same guy.
Well, first of all, the club put an ad up. They used every fat photo of me.
They
went back, got every fat photo I've ever taken, collaged it.
They know
into-
they're doing it right.
and then they put 50% off, which fucking
Holy
hurts.
shit.
Which hurts worse than the photos. Then they made use code R Kelly. Okay, now we're kind of stepping over it. Now you kind of hurt my feelings. Now I'm just a pedophile.
That was. You think that was measured? That was a measured act. I mean, that's three things in a row.
I think it was. No, I think people probably trying to be funny. They go to the first thing they see. They don't know me, whatever. But these two girls in the front row, as soon as I got up, she was just facing her like Jay's the guy, facing her and just talking. Yeah, anyways, I was going over there. And I let it go for a couple minutes because I don't really, maybe, yes, Jacob.
Non-comic question. So you'll say you don't want hot girls in the front row because of the. Oh, okay. You'll tell the club, don't put them there.
I don't tell the club, but when I do my show
His
at the
rider.
Pussy, in my thing, I say, I don't want. And when I do the lounge, it's
No
it's
pretty
a rule.
chicks.
No hot chicks in the front row.
It's still
They're all like that, huh?
it's still you're not allowed to do that. I don't think in the world you can't keep people out because they're attractive, and that's gonna be funny when that becomes its own thing. Us attractives are having such a hard time.
They
None of us
babble.
can sit front row for any of these ugly ass performers.
Dude, there's something. I don't know what it
They
is.
suck.
And then I was like, the one was just fucking mentally ill.
Why
Like,
did
she
they
was
hate
crazy.
you?
They didn't hate me.
Oh.
They just loved themselves. They didn't hate me at all.
So they were just talking amongst themselves.
I got
all the
one
time.
of them to turn to me, and she was actually laughing. And the other one, I talked to her a minute. I said something to her, like towards the end. I was like talking about finger banging, and she was like, "Oh, gross."
She was the Miranda.
And I said, "Why you don't like finger?" She goes, "Finger banging is disgusting. You should never do it. Women don't like it." I go, "You're saying that women don't like being fingered?"
Look at Christine's face now. That ain't sarcastic. She was like, "What's this bitch's problem?" Christine lives for a little digital manipulation.
And I said, "Okay, all the women in here, raise your hand if you don't like finger banging." And none of them did.
Room full of squirters.
And she was like, "I think they're lying." I'm like, "All right, you're mentally ill." Because now that, and at the end, she was actually in the military, which I love, right-wing Bobby. Loves that. She was in the Army for 10
Confederate
years.
Bob?
Confederate Bob. Not I said right-wing. I'll take right-wing. I'm not going to take Confederate. But
What? Ku Klux Kelly?
Compound Kelly? Kumia Bob Kelly?
Ku
But
Klux
I literally
Kelly.
said, at the end, I go, "Thank you." I said, "Thank you, good night, great shit, whatever." I made it through without having to kick him out because I didn't want to kick him out. And I said, "Thank you for your service." She went, "Fuck you." And I went, "I just thanked you for your service."
You
she goes,
bull dyke?
She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know." She's just fucking nuts. Ruined the
Can't
fucking
take these
lesson.
fucking. And they go to they've seen enough and heard enough that like they've seen, especially now, right, on social media where you got hecklers being destroyed by
They want that.
Yeah.
Well, they want to be part of it. I said it's they're changing the. I hate to use the term culture of audiences where
Jay,
they're
what-
like if they're having the
The what? The culture is changing?
the culture of the audience is changing where it's like they really you can say all that shit you want, they do not like think they can't be part of the show. What I mean? Like real comedy fans will, but like tourists are like, this is what it goes down now. Do you at this point, because it's rare. I'd say at this point on the road, I rarely have a shitty heckler. Most of my heckling is positive, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like they just want to yell something out, like about the show or about me or whatever, or just say they love me or whatever, which is sweet. But like it still gets on the nerves of the other people in the audience. So it's like it's causing the same sort of issue without me really being able. If someone's being shitty, at least you could acknowledge it and kind of play off that. At least I would, you know. Yeah. But like when they're just positive and someone's like, "Shut the fuck up," and you're almost like, I know I'm supposed to tell you to shut up, but like it's hard when you just go, "I love you, Big J," and I'm like, "Thank you."
But you can't. The front row though, the people in the back don't hear it; they just hear you.
That's the pretties.
It's the you can't see them, they can't see them. So if you start, hey, can you shut the fuck up? They're like, we don't hear it. Just keep fucking going. Yeah. So it's like you got to kind of just barrel through it, because if you get into it with them, you're fucked. Either way, the crowd. I wish the crowd would actually take care of it. I wish, like, other girls that are there would be like, "Hey, shut the." I wish that would happen.
They do, though. Yeah. They do. It happens. Depends on the crowd. But that's what I was asking you, Sal. At this point, with like just being so recognizable.
Yeah.
Is there ever any negative heckling still show up for you?
It's not a lot of shitty heckling. It's the same as that, or just someone that is so drunk that they walk up to the stage and just want to have a conversation, me and them at that moment.
Yeah.
And
they get to the stage?
What?
They get to the stage?
People walk up to it, or I've had people come up on stage.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
they've gotten on.
Theaters, clubs are, yeah. Yeah. But,
that's crazy.
I know. And I'm just like what is it? Less so, a little less so in theaters.
Dimebag Darrell got shot in the head from that.
Yeah. At West Palm Beach Improv, I had a girl she was in the front table. She was so drunk that she just stood up, walked up a little 3 steps, and just stood there and was like, "Well, hi." And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, "What?" I'm looking at the security. I'm like, "What do you want me to?" I'm like, "You have to get off, the stage or whatever." And she wouldn't get off the stage. So I'm just like, someone's gonna have to eventually take this woman off. I don't want to touch her. She was bombed.
Yeah.
So she goes to get down. Finally, the security guards come. They like standing below the stage. Like, come down. And she goes to get off the stage. Trips, flies, smashes into a brick wall, and then like basically goes to fall down.
Sorry,
they catch her.
Oh, they did.
And then they put her in her seat, right? And they don't throw her out. Then within 5 minutes later, she is head back, mouth open, snoring. And they still did not throw her out. They still just left her there snoring. At that same night, I was in the green room, and just a woman walked in with her video recorder on. She's like, "Hey, you got to say hello to my whatever." I'm like, "What are you doing in here?" She's like, "I'm coming in. What do you like?" They don't even think it's anything wrong with it. I'm like, "You can't come in here like this."
Is that always a crazy person?
I had a guy come in my green room, sit down, start talking to me, and I was like. He was so comfortable, I thought he was part of the club.
Happened.
And all of a sudden the comic came in. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "What's up? Big fan of Bob. Just thought I'd come in and say hi." It was a fucking dude for the next show.
I've had that more than once.
Same exact thing happened too. Same.
Crazy, man, crazy.
I was
on right
tour with Nate and Bert and Kyle Kinane for like a weekend one time, and we were at Chicago Theater like 5 years ago, and then we all went up to the green room, and there was someone there before all of us. And all of us get in there, and we all think that person is with the other person. No one says anything. Bert's got his shirt off. He's ironing his shirt. And, like, we started talking about, like, real life things. And, like, the guy
Bert
just
ironing a shirt should have gotten a bigger reaction in general. Ironing the one thing he doesn't have.
Someone was ironing. I don't know. I think it was Bert, actually, yeah. And then, like, we started talking about, like, real stuff, And then, like, the guy's just, like, eating and drinking. He's just talking to us. And then someone finally said, like, "Oh," and I was like, and I was, they were like, "How do you know whoever?" And then he just looked at everybody and he goes, "I gotta come clean." And we're like, "What?" He goes, I'm a fan. I just snuck back here, and I just was like, it was really cool 20 minutes he was there with us talking about
how did you get him out? Did you get the fuck out?
I was a little bit more. I was like, "Dude, come on, man," But Bert was like, "Whoa, you did it!"
Yeah, Bert made it content.
That's weird. Not on that fully loaded. There was a guy last year who wore a worker's shirt for the venue, and was backstage for like an hour or so. That was wild. He ended up getting into a fight with the security guy. Not so much. Doesn't happen a ton. I think so far maybe one person's gotten backstage, but they got him like right away.
Jerry Seinfeld this weekend fucking had at his show. Did you see the video?
No.
The
Hamas?
Hamas supporters, not
Hamas themselves?
Hamas showed up.
I mean, Jerry is big.
They showed up and started chanting shit at his show.
You know what? He is actually pretty funny.
What is the deal with Pop-Tarts?
And who makes these borders? Am I right? They seem pretty random.
I don't have socks, but if I did, I would say one would disappear.
This kebab is making me thirsty.
Yeah, he was at, I don't know where, a big theater.
Drink minimum.
Oh, is it really? So he's getting this now. Oh, boy.
Yeah, but I'm actually...
Just for being Jewish?
I'm turning on... I kind of liking Jerry lately. I'm starting to like his whole thing about stand-up and he's really...
Modeling for those boy clothes? Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever see his boy clothes modeling?
yeah.
Hey, I'm just a little stinker.
You gotta get the fucking hat with the Letterman jacket or something. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, that was when he was trying to find himself.
What? I'm just a boy, a Jewish boy.
I like duck hunting too. I read all these books.
Yes, I like the Beastie Boys. They're the perfect fusion of punk and rap.
That is hysterical.
Hey, dog, I'm just waiting for Terrence Howard to come over and talk science.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
That wasn't back in the day.
This was
Like
like
2 years ago.
That's not back in the
Back
day.
For me, it
back in
is.
the day, he was dating a 17-year-old.
I don't know how young you guys are.
This is
but
old school.
Every fucking year that goes by is back in the day. All right.
Yeah, dude.
that is legitimate streetwear.
Yeah,
like-
he looks
It's a kid.
ridiculous.
That's not even a
That's a
streetwear. That's like Hampton streetwear. That looks like I think my grandmother has that couch.
He had to know someone. The wife's friend opened
Hey,
a
dog.
product line, asked for a favor.
That's
right?
Black Paisley.
Leave this picture on, 'cause that's my favorite one. Hey, dogs.
But he's actually talking to dogs.
What's the dealio with?
Kendrick, Drake, am I right?
You like my mahogany fireplace?
I remember when Drake was just a coffee cake.
Look at the John Travolta Grease sweatsuit.
I mean,
This is awful.
But look at all the books he's
Like, go
reading
back, go to
on.
the sweatsuit one. Danny Zuko's ganja.
Does he? I can't see because it's far away. But like, does he sell it? Like, does he? Do you think that he feels? Does he look like he feels uncomfortable under the surface, or
Nope.
is he selling it? Is that Kith?
He's selling it completely.
Oh, Kith is huge. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kith is big.
Yeah.
I bought my headphones.
No,
at
he's
Kith.
selling it completely, but he looks like a dildo.
for 60-year-old men.
Good for him. Isn't he 70?
Look at the one with
No.
the jacket.
Yes,
Look at the one with the brown.
Is he 70?
Past 70.
Yeah.
No, really?
Sign me up.
He looks good for
Yeah.
70.
Can you do the brown jacket one?
I can't open these.
I'm
I'm
just
trying to
getting
open
some
one.
digits from a fine honey.
He's on a BlackBerry though.
Puff, puff, give.
A wise man said you gotta cough to get off. Damn, Jerry Seinfeld.
But in his thing though, he handled it way better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started kind of trashing as they're dragging out these pro-Hamas or pro-Palestine people. He was kind of giving them
Well,
shit.
which is it? Because it's two different things now. Bob.
These hoes ain't loyal.
You got the video? Can we hear the video?
One less hoe in the audience. Who cares?
There we go. Yeah.
Diss track.
So he's in the middle of a bit. I love that he's still doing a bit.
We have a genius, ladies and gentlemen. He solved the Middle East. He solved it. It's the Jewish comedians. That's what we have to get. They're the ones doing everything.
You better hope I keep talking, because when I stop talking, the glizzy starts letting off.
Blocka, blocka.
Clack, clack, clack.
Regulators match up.
We'll see if you're still popping that shit outside.
Cash me outside.
There we go.
Oh God.
They're going to start punching you in about 3 seconds. So
Nobody in the Seinfeld audience is going to do that.
Yeah.
What? Not me, sir. Have your fun.
genius out so we can all learn from you. It's a comedy show, you moron.
Ooh.
Oh, that's serious. He's
That's
being
like the
serious.
C word for him.
It's hard to come back from that kind of serious for a Seinfeld type act. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go, so why don't you get the hell out of here, you jackass? People are trying to have a good time.
Yeah, it's about laughs, you jackanapes.
Why are there so many flavors of ice cream? I mean, how many base flavors could you possibly have? It's all vanilla.
Are they're kicking him.
Australia.
Yeah, this is so important. Imagine, by the way, imagine if this guy actually did solve the Yes.
Why do we park in a driveway and drive in a parkway?
It's so funny because he, in the middle of his thought, he was like, imagine. He hung up. I'm like, oh, buddy. Come on, dude. Pull up. Pull the nose up, Seinfeld.
Asteroids caught asteroids and hemorrhoids. I'm on the fritz. I'm blanking up here.
I think he pulls it up, though.
Where's my boy attire?
We're all on your side now because you have made your point so well and in the right venue. You've come to the right place for a political conversation.
Now, where's that missing sock?
Anyway, my cab driver here's name was a squiggly line and the symbol for moron. I mean, all you need, apparently, is a face.
That helmet is wearing you for protection.
They love him. All right. Yeah, Seinfeld. Yeah. Oh.
The
Ow.
worst accent.
Oh.
I hate it.
Yeah, get her
I
out.
hate it.
Get her out.
Love Jim Jeffries. Can't stand his accent.
Nah, you love it.
Guns are wrong. Can I? What does he say at the end? Doesn't he say something at the
In
end?
the paper, Middle East, 100%.
Cat
Solved
Williams don't
thanks
want
to
none of
man.
this. You notice he kept my name out his fucking mouth?
That must have been one of Rogan's guns.
Sal, thanks to man at the Kudos Arena stopping Jew comedian. They stopped him, and everyone in the Middle East went, oh my God, let's just get along. We can't do that.
Nah.
Yeah.
He could have done better with the end of that.
Yeah.
That's the problem when you're stuck to not cursing.
He did calm himself.
He's
down.
gotta
Imagine
go.
he just went off
That'd
there.
be great. That'd be the best right here.
He just pulled the Bill Burr. You fucking motherfucker. He went backstage and put his jacket on and his hat.
Oh,
He just
yeah, he
pulled it
comes
down. Yo, motherfucker.
He rips
Yo.
off his suit like Superman has a kith outfit underneath.
You guys are out there.
Oh, camera down.
You guys are out there playing ground baseball. Cricket? What's that bullshit?
Sorry.
You have no good sports because there's no black people here.
Didgeridoo. Didgeridoo.
More like. Oh, it's just over here raining pussy. Look at that one in the middle. That he looks like a dildo with the sneakers.
Do you know him at all? Do you have you?
I mean,
you've never even had
I
a
have not-
conversation with the guy that like
no.
No,
really?
No, he walks by me like I'm a ghost.
Really? He has to know you guy. He has to know you.
I've told this in
Are
the
you
show.
kidding me?
I've told this in the show before, but he has no idea who I am. But like he has, which I was told this in the show before. But when I first started coming up, and I was working pretty much out of the Laugh House, the Black Club in Philly.
Yeah.
But Keith had already been bringing us up a little bit, so we would hang at the Cellar at night. And so other comics from Philly, when I was like, you're always looking for somebody to drive with you. It's such a drive. And so this kid, Dorian Noel, a comic from Philly, I don't know if he does it anymore, but like at the time he was trying to do it and he was coming up. And I brought him up to the Boston Comedy Club, rest in peace, Boston Comedy Club. And, I remember asking there, he wasn't fully getting how New York works. So we go to the Boston Comedy Club. He goes, so what time do we go on here? I go, no. I'm like, this is brand new coming to the city. I'm like, no, we're gonna like hang here for a while, and then when it kind of dies, this is where the younger comics are. Like my people are a little more here. Then we go over to the cellar late night and whatever, and he's a huge Seinfeld fan, big black dude, Seinfeld fan. And I told him, I was like, oh, also Seinfeld's filming a documentary, the comedian documentary, was filming over at the cellar. So you might be able to see Seinfeld. He goes, oh, that'd be great. And we go over to the cellar after hanging out. And at one point they stop us. I think it was Mustafa even at the time. He was like kind of, not like shitty, but just like, wait a second, because Jerry Seinfeld's about to walk through. And they let him walk through. And this guy, Dorian, next to me, leans over Mustafa's shoulder, and who was the security there, and he goes, looking diesel, Jerry.
Yeah.
What an insane thing to say to somebody. Looking diesel, Jerry?
I would have guessed a billion 3-word guesses.
Looking diesel, Jerry. What a whiff. Yeah. I looked and he knew it. He was like, what? It's like, it's stupid. What a weird thing to say to a guy.
He's not one of those.
I always wish I could. I feel like if I could, that's someone
I think
I would like to talk comedy with.
He would like.
I really would like to talk comedy.
He would like you. If you wanted to. He's just
pompous.
He's not gonna.
He's so pompous.
He's not gonna. I've
but
sat
if he
at
likes you, maybe he's not.
Did you ever hear him talk to Stern?
I sat at the table with him, and he just literally ghosts me. Like, and if I'm there, I've sat down, but he'll just talk. He said, like, I was headlining Gotham, and I was downstairs, and he came in to do a guest spot.
Sure.
And it's not like they asked me, but they did.
Sure.
They're like, "Hey, Jerry," I was like I wanted to say no just to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, not happening. Yeah. It's in my contract, no guest spots. Yeah. But I'm a fucking puss. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah.
And in my feeble little wannabe loved brain, he was coming down and he stopped. I left the door open, so they have to walk by. And then they stopped, and Chris, who's great, he's like, "Hey, Bobby," yeah. And he was there, and I went, "Hey, what's up, Jerry?" And he went, "Hi," and they just walked right by me. And then I just heard them talking about Porsches for like 40 minutes. But like,
he doesn't
Porsches.
to the point.
I was like, I have a Honda. I don't like that. It's a 2-door.
I think he's like friends with Howard Stern at this point. Yeah. And every time I hear him interview him, it's like it's always just like something about his tone. It would get to me after a while.
Yeah.
Because everything's like no, not that. This.
Yeah.
Is the answer. I think it's like Howard saying he doesn't like getting old or something. And Stern's like, nah, I'm not liking it. Like, I don't.
Do you see the Louis and Chris Rock and Ricky Gervais and Seinfeld little interview they did for HBO?
That panel thing?
Yeah, they tried to kind of go at Louis a little bit.
That's where he said the N-word, Louis?
He said something. And Jerry was just like, whoa. And they tried. That was a little uncomfortable, too. Yeah,
Well, that's what I was saying. When Stern was talking to him, he said, he was asking about, like, he said he didn't like getting older, and Jerry Seinfeld was like, no, it's great, it's fine. What do you mean? It's just very, like, everything's very, like, nah, your thing's stupid. This is the answer. And there's just something about that, like, all the time is uncomfortable.
Yeah, talking funny. Nobody wants to see this.
I just want to see you do it. Now,
no, the thing that's so interesting. No, because when I do it, I'm sputtering through it.
Yeah,
and sweaty anger and energy. But you turned it into a really beautifully crafted
and you could see that. You could see the move.
Didn't Ricky Gervais start doing comedy not many years ago now at this point?
It seems like they thought when I watched
He's
it,
like
they were like, "Why is he here?"
They should have thought that.
I think somebody said that.
They should have thought that.
Didn't somebody say that in it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he became a stand-up.
He's not like a vet, and I mean, he's a vet in comedic.
He's an English stand-up though. They go out and talk and have a headset and a drink a beer and.
I really like this.
And they laugh like this.
I like Ricky too.
I think for
good backpedal, Bobby.
Jay hates him.
Do you?
I
just
no,
thought, like,
I don't hate him.
For the lack of experience, his specials. I mean, he goes right at stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it because I just have a hard time staying with the British accent.
Yeah.
So I'm not that interested to watch ultimately. But I mean, he kills it. When he's done, when he was,
I love voices.
When he would host the stuff, like he always killed it.
Yeah,
and I've seen like funny scenes of like the shows he was on. I never watched The Office. The original BBC one, but I don't. He's just not my thing. But I never listened to like Eddie is. I don't like British comedy that much, which is a dumb thing to say. I know, but like it's just not my thing. So I would never check it. I would never check it out.
I was at Gotham one time,
but he's very funny.
Doing a spot like on Comedy Juice or something like that, and I was up next, and Chris came up to me and he's like, "Oh, Jerry's gonna Jerry's just gonna do a quick spot before you, whatever. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I was like, cool. I get to watch Jerry. I get to follow him, whatever. I that's cool. See what happens. And he was up there for like maybe like.
It was cousin Jerry from Facts of Life.
I love being on stage so much.
He goes, it's a 5-minute guest spot, but we got to give her 15 minutes for it.
Yeah, to get up there.
No!
He did like
Get a word.
30 plus minutes. I had a spot like downtown, so I was like, I hope I can get on after him. And he does like 30 something minutes, and then you could tell he's like about to like get off. And so I'm standing, in Gotham, you just stand right in front of everyone to get on the stage.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just standing right there, and I'm like anxious because I'm like, I have to get on soon, otherwise I'm gonna, whatever. And so Jerry looks to the right, and I see someone say something to him, and he goes, okay, and he goes, I'm gonna bring up this next guy. He goes, and he's looking. He's looking right at me. He's looking at, and he goes, a lot of people ask me who I think is funny, and I was like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know who I am. Maybe he is just being very generous in this moment, and he's just being like very kind. But I was like, I can't believe he's saying these words. And he's like, a lot of people who ask me who I think is funny, and that's the guy I want to bring up next, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Chappelle.
No.
Chappelle was standing behind me.
Oh.
That's so
And he's
funny.
like, excuse me. And he just like went up.
Oh, you should have started yelling. You should be like, Sal!
I stupid me. I'm standing there like, and there's people looking, and I think they're looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God, it's happening.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, everyone's looking at me, and I'm like, I was like, there's no way it was surreal. And I was like, is he talking about me? Like, I'm not even
Were
good.
you excited?
I'm not even good. I couldn't believe it. It felt so real because he looked at me and I was next, and they didn't tell me Chappelle was there. And part of me was like, in the split second he was saying it, part of me was like, he's being kind. He doesn't really know me. That's a nice thing to say, but wow, I'll always get to say that he said this. I can't believe this. He's bringing me up, and he's like, Dave Chappelle, and I was like
Makes sense.
I just went pale white. Like Dave Chappelle was like, excuse me, and then Dave Chappelle went up for like 90 minutes.
Oh God.
And I had to leave.
People always ask me who I think is funny, and I say Sal Vulcano and
I
his
do
new
too.
special, Terrified, available right now on
Hilarious.
YouTube. Available as we speak on YouTube. Just look up Sal Vulcano, Terrified.
Sure.
You could do a whole 800 MPG, PGMs.
Just look it up.
PGM. But it's absolutely fucking hilarious. Produced by Ari Shafir.
Yes.
Also very
Yes.
fun. He produced mine
great.
too.
Yes.
Check him out. Check the special out.
Congratulations, buddy.
We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back. Sal's hanging us for the whole show. So we'll be right back, everybody. It's the Bonfire.